Good morning. Hello, everyone. Oh, let me get my chat fixed here. Hello, hello. Okay, sorry, I'm windblown. Our weather's not nice here, and I just ran outside to grab my trash and recycle carts before I went live so I don't have to go chase them down the street when our live is all finished. Good morning. It is April 8th, 2022. Can you believe it's April, you guys? I'm in denial. Hello, hello. We're going to do a little Easter card making today. I have to say this was a card that gave me some trouble. Really gave me some trouble. I don't know why either. But I changed up a couple things and I actually really like it now. So, anyway, I am going to take a deep breath from my little run outside. I ran to get coffee. I ran to go get my trash carts. How is everyone? It looks like weather. Yes, Kelly says snow is coming in the middle of Wisconsin. We have a freeze advisory for tonight. I'm not excited. I'm going to have to go cover up everything again. Chilly and sunny in the UK, Deborah says. Oh, thank you, Teresa. You're so sweet. Windy in Oklahoma City. Shelly, you probably have the same stuff we've got. Has it been windy all week there too? It's been awful. I am not a fan. I am tired of it. Yes, Christy in Colorado, you've had a lot of wind too, I bet. I think we're kind of here in the Midwest. We've probably all kind of had a little bit of that. Oh, man. Did I miss Kelly? Are you not feeling well? I'm so sorry. I hope you get to feeling better if that's the case. Did I miss it? I feel really unprepared today. I was mad before we got started. Oh my goodness. So we're going to craft, chat, and have fun and get this weekend started off on the right foot and not the wrong foot. Good morning, Joyous in Christ. I'm so glad you get to join today. Oh, Shelly, yes, I'm ready for warmer weather too. Oh, good. Selena says it's sunny and nice in Ontario, Canada. I'll be right over. Oh, yeah. It sounds like Wisconsin does not have good weather. Ugh, Jenna, that sounds terrible. Oh, Kelly, you have a migraine. I am so sorry. Take care of yourself. I hope you feel better so you can enjoy your weekend. Well, you guys, tell me what your plans are in the chat for this weekend. I think I'm going to quilt most of this weekend, so I'm super excited about that. I have a bunch of stuff to do today, so as long as all of that gets done. Oh, thank you. Messy Missy says, it's okay, you're among friends. That's why I tell you guys, I think it's important to note we all have those days. Like, I woke up a little bit on the wrong side of the bed. Not super bad, mostly because things just kept going wrong. It's been that kind of a week. So we're going to just enjoy our weekend, take it nice, quiet, all of that good stuff. Well, hello, Brandon. It has been a long time. You're right. It's nice to see you. Beth, I am so jealous. 95 in California. I'll be right there too. Anywhere it's nice is where I want to be. Oh, Karen, you're going to Denver? Well, it's a work trip. I hope you get to have some fun too. Oh my goodness. Okay, well, I thought we would do a little of several of my favorite things today. We're going to foil with some new Waffle Flower Foil Plates. We're going to stencil using the shader brushes from Waffle Flower as well, but we're going to be using an Easter egg stencil from Simon Says Stamp. It's not a new one. I think it's last year's release, if I'm not mistaken. But the shader brushes are fantastic for it. It's something I've kind of wanted to show where if you don't have layering stencils, you can color multiple areas with those shader brushes. And then we're going to just use a new stamp and die combo from Simon Says Stamp that they brought back because it was so super popular. And I actually never used it the first time. It's been in my stash forever, so I'm excited to use that today. Mandy, thank you about my knee. I will give a quick update. It's not progressing the way they want. They told me last week when I saw the surgeon, that I have to do 6 more weeks of physical therapy. And if that doesn't correct it, they're going to go in and clean up some scar tissue. Apparently with all of the swelling, some of the excess fluid or something, I'm not super medical, so those of you who are, don't judge. It caused a cyst. And while they said it's not a big deal because once the swelling went down, it like sealed it off and it's in the back of my knee. Most people just live with it forever and it's not a problem, but I'm not getting better. And I just have, my muscles are all super tight, like they're still trying to protect my knee. And no matter what we do, so I may still be having to have surgery. I don't know. I'm hoping not. So I'm trying really, really hard to do all of my at-home exercises because I don't want to have surgery. Well, happy birthday, Brandon. Oh, that is awesome. Let's see. Yeah, I was going to say not good to be so hot early in the year, Jenny. I can totally understand that. Donna, this is my second opinion. The first opinion, he basically told me, bye-bye. You look good. Let's give you a shot and you go on your way. And literally, I mean, everyone I talked to was like, you should be in physical therapy. What are they talking about? My physical therapist still thinks we could probably get there. And really the surgeon did too. That's why he recommended another 6 weeks of physical therapy. It's just if we aren't there in another 6 weeks and I don't have the full range, you know, of like it's not tight and I can't straighten it completely, then they want me to have surgery. Luna, is that what it's called? A Baker's cyst? I have no idea. In fact, when they told me, the first surgeon who did my MRI didn't even tell me I had one. This surgeon, after reading my MRI and viewing it and everything, that's where I found that out. So annoying. That's a whole story. Let's craft instead, shall we? All right, I am going to flip this around. Robin, congratulations on your 20-year anniversary. That is amazing. I do want to remind you guys, please like, subscribe, do all of that good stuff. I super duper appreciate it. Here is what we're going to create today. I am super afraid it's going to take a while, but we're going to do our best to get it done within an hour, maybe a little over, just because it's so much stenciling and I didn't get as far as I wanted. I was going to have a sample partially stenciled. That didn't happen. That was part of my anger issue this morning. Oh my gosh, Ulrika says she's had surgery on her knee 8 times and it's not good yet. Yeah, see, that's my fear, you guys. I don't really want to have surgery. So, we will see. So, when foiling, I was so super excited. Let me grab my little stack of goodies. To see that Waffle Flower is adding to their collection of hot foil plates. And always, always, my favorite hot foil plates are basics. It does not matter. Things that can be used on anything are always my favorites. So this A2 layering hot foil plate from Waffle Flower, this is their April release, is completely my favorite just because it can be used in so many ways. I've actually already pulled the 2 out that we're going to use today. And let's get this heating up. And what I like to do is, you can see I've got some Post-it tape here. We are going, before this gets too hot, we're going to lay these out, and that's going to just kind of help give me the peace of mind to know that they are where I want them to be. Let me zoom out a little bit further, goodness. There we go. Too many things all in one little space. So I'm going to wait till this is heated up. We are using, while this is heating up, I'll talk a little bit about what we're using. This is the Egg Hunt stencil from Simon Says Stamp. I did not even clean it. I think that's okay. I did already prep it with splatter pixie spray, you guys, so that it will stay in place because it is super kind of delicate. It's not super sticky, but I think it'll still be sticky enough. Oh, good. Thank you about the tip to use a brace on my knee. Yeah, Rebecca, I'm hoping so too. Brandon says, so into foiling. Yes, and there's so many good foil products right now, I think. We're also going to foil on a half sheet of Hammermill cardstock. And the reason I have this already done to show you, the reason we're doing that is because it's a lot easier than trying to line it up with the half sheet. So instead of trying to figure out perfect placement and taping it in place, I have found most of the time, not always, I know in my video, my waffle flower video this week, I didn't do that. And in fact, this did not foil well. This is why I'm showing it to you. I was slightly off. The reason I like to do it on the half sheet is because I can always take a basic rectangle set and die cut it later. And we are going to use like the biggest, this is the Mama Elephant B2B rectangles. We're going to use that to die cut, but any rectangle set, you guys, is going to work here. Or even your paper trimmer. I just highly recommend doing it that way. It will cause you a lot less frustration. But you can see how this one's super off. Plus I had so much overfoil. Sometimes that happens. Let me go ahead and set that to the side. And then the stamp set I was talking about that Simon brought back is this one here. It's the Oh Bunny. And it's super cute. And I never got a chance to use it when they first released it. We're going to use the little back sides because I thought it'd be fun to add little pom-poms to their tails. And we're just going to use all of these Simon Says Stamp inks to add color. Hello, hello, everybody coming in. Yes, you could totally pop up the inner square, Brandon. That's a very good suggestion. Messy Missy says, finally making peace with her foiling since she got a new die cut machine. Her Sizzix was old. Yes, that is definitely something that happens. Yes, Maureen says that's an amazing set. It really is. So what I'm going to do, this is some Spellbinders Moon Dust foil. And I am going to cut some, and it does need to be pretty big. You can save the inside for another project. Yes, Michelle, isn't that bunny set cute? And I'm going to go ahead and lay that over my double frames. You definitely don't have to use double frames, but I thought it would kind of help frame up since what I'm placing in the center of my card today, oops, is pretty small. I thought the double frames would really help frame that up. And let's hope we get this foiled correctly the first time. It is warmed up. I am going to use this or hit the button to heat that up. Let me move this stuff and grab my die cut machine. Yes, most of the time I am using Hammermill cardstock, you guys. Oh, I really need to figure out too many machines here. Hammermill, I have found, gives me by far the best results. I was a little resistant to it, but oh my goodness, I love it. Good morning, Shay. Hi, Megan. Let me see. Hello, everyone. Hi, Stephanie from Montreal. Overfoiling is generally too much pressure, which I do use some cardstock shims in here, but maybe I could take them out. But I am more concerned about getting a good foiled result. And for my particular machine, I have found that that helps me. So I've just taken my platform over to my die cut machine and we're going to run it through. And I'm going to just put my platform back in just in case we have to redo it, because sometimes that happens. And we are going to pull off this. And it looks like there's only one little corner that overfoiled, so we can fix that. But otherwise, this looks pretty good to me Before I take more drastic measures, I usually take a dry paintbrush and see if I can remove any of that overfoil. And it looks like I might need to erase just a little, so we will do that, but let's go ahead. There is a ton of foil left in here, so I always just take my roll, and this is a piece that I did not cut the right size. I usually just put it back in here because you can use that for lots of things. Sentiments, smaller greetings or frames, anything like that. This is not my nicest job, but there we go. Let me see. Oh, Luna, wishing you great luck in your interview. Yes, this foil is super pretty. I thought it would be fun today to use something different than, I tend to go with gold foil a lot, but I thought let's do something completely different. I am going to move some things out of the way. So that hopefully we have more room. I feel like I have all the machines out today. So what I like to do, good morning, Dawn. Let's see. Cindy, what is the difference between Waffle Flower B2B rectangles and A2 rectangles? Okay, the B2B rectangles are actually Mama Elephant, and they're dies. And then the Waffle Flower foil are hot foil plates. So these don't die cut, they just foil. And then the die that we're going to use is from Mama Elephant, but any rectangle die. I think almost every company has rectangle dies. I've been using those a lot because I feel like there's so many different sizes. So I'm just very carefully erasing this. It's probably not going to erase all of it, but I think we can kind of cover it up with some stenciling. Leslie, I think if your foil makes too much of an impression, yes, that's too much pressure. It really shouldn't. It should still be fairly flat. All right, let's do some stenciling because I think this is going to take a minute. So what I did, because I already have pixie spray on the back of my stencil, is we're going to layer this over. And I'm just going to press it in place. Now what I did line it up kind of over here, mostly because I absolutely love this egg that has the flower in it. And I knew that if I centered my stencil, that it would be covered up by what I place in the middle. So that's why I did it the way I did. There's no other reason really. But we're going to stencil the entire area within this foil line. If you get outside, it's okay. I accidentally got a little too excited there with my stenciling. Oh, Dawn, thank you. I'm glad you get to catch me live too. And replay crew, we love you guys. Thank you guys so very much. These are the Waffle Flower shading brushes I am using. I did link them below. We're going to use the 1 and the 0 mostly today. I'm not going to be using the flat ones, although I have and I love them. I've been storing mine in this Simon Says Stamp brush holder, tool holder, whatever you want to call it. And I really like it because it holds a ton of them, and that way I can really just see what I have. And I obviously have them lined up by color. We're going to pull out. Yep, Hammermill is 100-pound weight. That is what I'm using as well. And I did link it below. Lynn, too much pressure. Are you using a shim? Like I use cardstock shims. I wouldn't use cardstock shims in them if that is what you're doing. Excited. Michelle, I love that. That's funny. Let me see if I've missed anything. Shout at me again if I've missed any questions. I am going to this is not how I stenciled it when I did this off camera, but this is what we're going to do. Oh man, hold on. We have a technical problem. There we go. This is what I'm going to do since I have a example to work off of. I'm probably just going to do everything in, like this is Melon, instead of flip-flopping back and forth between my inks. So let me get busy here because this will take a minute. This is Melon. I obviously, since this is an Easter card, I picked some lighter colors of ink. Now, something to keep in mind, maybe you don't want to make Easter cards, maybe you don't need Easter cards. You can always pick any kind of stencil and do a very similar type of design. Maybe you want to do flowers or, I don't know, just stripes or something. I think this particular technique works really great with something that has some sort of image in it. There's some hair. Oh, Lynn, you had too much pressure in that spot. I don't know if there was too much pressure in that spot or not. It could be my die cutting machine. Or it could be something on the platform. I really don't know. I don't worry too much about the overfoiling for the most part unless it's super, super noticeable. But I'll just erase it. And I think we're going to be able to cover up most of it with inking. I felt like, did this one have overfoiling? No, this one actually foiled super good. Let me see. Oh, Robin, thank you. I love that this is your first live, but you always catch the replay. Oh, Jenna, aren't these brushes fun? I love them too. The great thing about these is, as you can see, I can color in individual areas. Now, if I slightly get out of the line, I don't worry too much about it, but it really does allow you to have more control, something that is very hard to do. I should have linked to this. Maybe I'll do that when we're done. I did a card with this stencil last year, and I used like Post-it tape to mask off areas so that I could ink blend like each egg in individual color, not each like the individual areas, but just each egg. And it took forever. And while I loved the finished results, I wish I would have had these. You can even use the bigger tip if you want to for like the bigger areas. So something I noticed when I was doing this is I thought the inking looked awful. I was so afraid I was going to hate this project. And what ended up happening is, as always with dye ink, it smooths as it dries, and you can see the difference. See how blotchy it looks, and then it smooths out so beautifully. Luna, how can you fix your ink pad? It came loose from the base. I don't have a good suggestion for that. I would probably hot glue it and see if that works. I threw mine away when it did that and bought a new one. That's probably not the best suggestion, but that is what I did. Does anyone else has had that happen? I think it's probably pretty common. In fairness, my ink pad that happened to wasn't in the best shape, so I didn't feel too bad about doing that. Hello. Oh yeah, Brandon has a good point about the overfoil. If there is something, like he said he had a piece of stray acetate, little die cut piece of acetate, and it was sticking to one of the shims. Anything on your shims, anything in your sandwich, if it makes it bulky, that could cause overfoiling. Brandon, that's a fantastic suggestion. Thank you so much for mentioning that. Okay, is that all of the orange? Okay. You guys holler at me if I miss some area, okay? Let's go ahead and move on to Cheeky. I love the name of this. Super glue. Karen, thank you. That's a better suggestion. Yes, super glue. Thank you for that. I love this community. I love learning things. Now I know what to do the next time that happens. It happened to my embossing ink pad and I was so ticked. You know how often you use that, all the time. Hello, hello. We have so many more coming in. Hi, you guys. So this is the Cheeky. I love the Cheeky and Melon color combination. And I also like Celery and TIDEPOOL. Those are probably my two favorite color combinations for this card. The best results I think you get with these brushes is if you can kind of pull down a little bit almost. Like apply the ink and just, it's not the natural round motion that we're all used to. The other thing I did to make this a little simpler for my card making is I kept my eggs to 2 colors per egg. I will tell you I started a different sample when I was making my sample, and I was kind of just doing random and I did not like it. So that happens sometimes. And we're just gonna, let me see. Your Versamark Onyx and it was brand new. Oh, Luna, that is annoying. Yeah, try the super glue and let us know how that works. The Diary of Belle Rose says she's ready for Easter holiday. Okay, so I'm not. I am not prepared at all. Although I do think I know what we're doing. I think I'm going to do an Easter brunch. I don't feel like doing like Easter lunch. So we're going to do brunch because I love cooking breakfast. We went out last year and it was okay. It wasn't my favorite. It was okay though. But I think we're going to stay home. I let the boys vote. I don't know if my daughter's coming or not. I noticed she was texting me. She always texts me when I'm going to be live. So funny. So I need to see what her plans are if she's coming. Let's see. Oh, good, Helena. She says she just got her foiling machine and it's working perfectly. I love to hear that. All right, let's do some TIDEPOOL. I love this TIDEPOOL color. What I really like is that I can just look at my sample and I don't have to figure out what I'm doing for this. Now, where we foiled, it will resist the ink. I guess I should mention that. I would wipe it down. I will wipe it down when we're finished with like a dry cloth or a paper towel or something like that. Oh, and see, I totally went outside the line because I wasn't thinking. Oh, well. Let me see. Luna, good luck at your interview. Thank you so much, and we will be sending good thoughts your way. Michelle, it is like paint by number. I love that. I'm going to call it that from now on, paint by number. Let's use the bigger one for the big. If it's a big section, I want to get as much ink on there as possible. So we're going to use this bigger brush. I use a combination. Let me see, where else do I have this color? Another idea is you could always stop your stenciling if you wanted to, and only do it in the center, or even only do it in the outer edge if you wanted to. With the detail brushes, it does definitely make it a little easier to be a little bit more careful there where the ink goes. All right, let's go ahead and do a little, oh, maybe I didn't grab the right one. It'll be fine. Let's do some yellow. Hello, Sandy. Tracy, and Kelly, I love breakfast for dinner. Yes, I know. Okay, so my youngest actually does not love breakfast for dinner, and it's like my favorite thing. My 2 older kids love it. And I'm always looking at him like, really? I just want to make breakfast. I don't want to cook the whole thing. Makes me crazy. But I did tell him that that's what we were doing, and he was like, oh, good. He goes, I'll have my appetite ready. That's what he told me. He's 16, so that's a true story. He can eat. I'm sure anyone with teenage boys knows that. Honestly, teenage girls too. My daughter, when she was playing sports, same thing. The brushes are from Waffle Flower, and I have linked them down below. Yes, Joyous in Christ said that these brushes are great for intricate stencils. They are the absolute best for intricate stencils. I mean, it just is like such a no-brainer, I guess I almost want to say. I can't believe that no one thought of these till now, because it just makes stenciling so much easier. Anything intricate that you want to have multiple colors. Now, granted, I think that this looks pretty if you want to ink blend 2 or 3 colors over the top of the whole thing. But if you really want to add, you know, a lot of different colors like I'm doing here and make the eggs individually pop, it is such a great way to do that. I ask this every once in a while, but I'm going to ask again today because maybe there's new stuff. What is your favorite purchase you've made recently? I always like to hear what you guys are loving. That's how I find out about things I need. Hash browns, yes, yum. I'm still working on my menu. I make homemade waffles, and I know that that's one of the things we're having for sure. So there's that. Homemade buttermilk waffles. They are really good. But we're going to have the whole thing. I mean, because I said it's going to be kind of our, obviously it's brunch, so breakfast, lunch. What is everyone else doing also? I want to know if you have plans. Are you going out? Are you staying home or going with family? Let me see what I'm missing. Spellbinder's release is amazing, Chrislyn says. Yes. Laura says her glimmer machine, but she's still working to master. That is so true, but you will love it. Tim Holtz Media Grip, Kelly says, yes, I need to check that out. I actually missed like all the release videos, and it's on my to watch list. I will watch that this weekend because I'm sure I need it. I mean, is there even any question? I'm going to maybe watch some YouTube videos this weekend too. Messy Missy got the Spellbinder's Large Platinum. Yes, it's so great. I don't use it in video because it's huge, but that is my preferred die cutting machine as well. In fact, I bought the small one only so I could use it in video. Oh, Sizzix Switch! Tracy says, excited to get it out of the box. I am excited for you. That sounds fun. Oh, Laura says they're doing brunch at her daughter's house. Easter egg hunt for the granddaughters. Oh, that's so fun. Okay, so I have two little neighbor girls. They are the cutest things ever, and I made up little Easter baskets for them. I don't have any little kids anymore, and I miss it. And so I just got them little something. I need to finish putting them together. But they're really nice neighbors. I'm really lucky. Both of my neighbors on either side of me are super nice. The neighbor behind me, I think if you've been here before, we've discussed, he's not my favorite. He's no one's favorite. But everyone else is lovely. Shay says she's afraid to peruse Hobby Lobby. Oh my goodness, that's funny. Crafter's Companion Gemini for your 50th birthday, Petra. Aww. And it was last Tuesday. Well, belated happy birthday. What a fantastic birthday gift. I love that. Okay, let's see how we're doing on, we're doing okay on time. We may go over a little over an hour today. I'm trying to speed it up here. Good neighbors do make a huge difference, Melissa. I totally agree. Anyway, I'm really excited. The little girls' names are Brooke and Paige, and they're darling. They're just so cute. I feel like we have a lot of blue left, but maybe that's true. Maybe I'll see that I've missed something else. Who knows? So now we're going to move to SEAFOAM. I think I probably forgot to mention the colors. Oh, and I don't think I maybe got my stencil exactly like I did before. We may have to color something without my coloring guide. Oh my gosh. Oh, that's fun. Where did it go? Sandy says her closest friends exchange Easter baskets since they don't have little ones. I love that. That's a great idea. I actually do like putting together Easter baskets for my older kids too, but they usually involve like, you know, let's see, last year my daughter had gotten her first apartment, so it was filled with like kitchen gadgets and stuff. And I got her like a nice basket that she could use from Target, like one of those tan baskets that she could use like for decoration later on. So it wasn't Easter basket-y. I actually really love putting together those kind of gifts too. And then my oldest son also, who has his own apartment, he needed, I was over there and I'm like, are these really the washcloths and towels and stuff you have for or dishcloths you have for your kitchen? So he got like all revamped new stuff. And I do like putting those together. I think that's fun too. But my 16-year-old, he's not. He's like, yeah, you can just give me some money. No. I wanted to give you something. I think I'm going to get him some new tennis shoes and like some stuff like that, which he needs and he'll like. I don't know. It's kind of hard to figure out for older, but I kind of like that challenge. Oh my goodness. Where's all the clearance? Is it Hobby Lobby? Is that what we're talking about? I'm trying to finish my stenciling so we can move on. All right, let me look. Yes, Melissa, I agree. My kids do too. In fact, my oldest daughter still, okay, so my oldest daughter, my only daughter, my daughter is 21, and literally she still asks every year if I'm going to hide Easter eggs. She's really, really competitive, and she likes beating her brothers. And it's funny. I was like, I'm not doing that. She was like, come on. I'm like, sorry, not fun. Okay, let's see how it looks. And I promise when the ink's dry, it looks like this. All right, we're going to take this dry corner of a microfiber cloth, and I'm just going to carefully make sure any ink that's on that foiling is off. Kelly says, struggling to what to put in her 16-year-old son's basket. Yes, your 7-year-old daughter would. I missed that age so much. It was so easy. Kelly, we may have to talk later about what we're going to put in their baskets, because I am at a loss, truly. Okay. Did I not? I'm pretty sure I'm missing one. Yeah, I am. What did I do with that guy? Oh, here it is. So here is why I do it on the big piece of paper and then die cut. Yes, Dawn, I love all those ideas for Easter baskets. I like kind of doing like the non-traditional Easter basket too, where you just fill it with some fun things. I just miss the days of the fun, like little, like my kids always used to get summer toys, all that good stuff. All right, we're going to die cut our background. I do use some Post-it tape to help hold everything down. Oh, gift cards and candy. Yeah. Okay, so I did ask about candy. I'm like, what candy do you want? And he told me gift cards and candy is a good one. It's probably what he's going to get. It's what he wants. I hate to buy something that he's not going to use. Someday, my older two tease him all the time. And they're like, you don't appreciate things. But then they say, we didn't either at that age. You'll learn. That's what they always tell him. You'll learn. Now that they have to buy things themselves. Ooh, gas card. Brandon, that's a good idea. My son's getting his first vehicle. Gas card is a great idea. Thank you, Brandon. That's a good one. Oh, a tackle box too, or a toolbox. Okay, Dawn, that's funny you said that. My oldest son, I'm actually going to do tool stuff. He and I were hanging some blinds, in his apartment, and he doesn't have a lot of things. And so I was teaching him how to do some stuff, and he goes, I need that. So I totally told him I know what he's getting for like the next few things. Or a few holidays. I'm using Melon for my bunnies. I already have them in my Misty. I'm going to stamp that twice. Joyous in Christ, I want a gas card. Same. Same. I love that. Thank you. That's so funny. Oh, man. Isn't that the truth? Okay, Cheeky, which is super light, is what I'm using for my little hearts, because you know it wouldn't be one of my cards if I didn't put some hearts somewhere. We're going to do stamped hearts today. I also opted not to grab any darker colors because I really wanted everything to stay, pardon me, or to be the right color family. Oh, what? It just popped up on my... Okay. Let me see. Something popped up on my computer and it kind of threw me for a loop. We're going to use TIDEPOOL for Happy Easter. You know, the other thing I'm doing this weekend, I'm re-inking all of my Simon Says Stamp ink pads and finishing my swatches and swatch video to share with you guys. I was waiting for my order and it actually came, and it's sitting under my desk in the box still. Not in the best spot. But I've noticed some of my ink pads need some re-inking. And then we're going to use celery for the other greeting. I opted not to do like any black ink or anything today. I felt like these pretty pastel colors were more what I envisioned. Let's just move these and find my dies. I have a new Making the Cut video coming next week at Simon Says Stamp, and I'm so super excited about it. I absolutely love how it turned out. That's probably why I was so upset about how, oh no, where did my other heart go? Oh my gosh, it's probably stuck to something. Dang it, guys, I lost a die. Oh, found it. Phew. Long story short, my Making the Cut card came out exactly the way I envisioned in my mind. This card did not. However, I'm glad I persevered. I'm glad I came back another day. I had to sleep on it. All right, we're going to die cut our little images first. And let's not lose our stamp. Let's put that away. Sounds good. It's the little things in card making. Have a good weekend. Oh, yeah, Mandy. I loved putting books in my kids' baskets when they were little. That's a good one. Maybe I need to go grab books for my little neighbor girls to add to them. I literally have had so much fun buying stuff for their baskets. All right. So here are those. And then we're going to use some sentiment labels dies. Donna, does your brain ever stop making cards? Yes, it does. I say that, but probably not totally. A lot of times they're just pop into my head. I have found, though, when I'm trying to force something and it is not coming, I need to step away. Probably one of the best things I have done in the last few months is I try to step away from it on the weekend. I'm still doing something creative. Like I said, I quilt as well, and I love it. But it allows me a little bit of a break, and I find that then I come back Monday so much more, energized is probably not the right word, but creative for sure. It gives me that little brain break. So with the sentiment labels dies, yeah, Dawn, I should have put them on my magnet. I have a big magnet that I keep my sentiment labels on, and I totally should have put that little heart on there. Oh my gosh, Sherry, happy birthday to your dad tomorrow. He's turning 93. That is amazing. I love that. Happy, happy birthday to him. Oh, Tracy, what? You have a retractable magnetic wand that helps sweep your floor for little dies. I need one of those. Is that available on Amazon? I need that. Yes, you know what? I got this. It's an Etsy shop. I will find a link to it. But she gifted it to me, and I love it. The paw works because, you know, I have my little paw friends. Oh, it's kind of dirty. But I keep my sentiment label dies on it at all times. I don't even put them away anymore because I was constantly having to get them out. And before I throw them away on accident, let's go ahead and just put my dies back on their magnet sheet. And I always just do this with my dies when I'm with these. I'm not very nice about it, probably. All right. I think I might have forgot to add those to my supply list. I'll do that when I'm done. Let me grab some foam adhesive. We'll just use these little guys. I am going to pop up my bunnies with a little foam adhesive. And I'm going to pop up my sentiment strips. And then the best part of this card is coming up. Well, it's probably not the best part, but you guys know what I mean. A magnetic ruler to sweep the floor for drop dies. Okay. So for, like I said, I quilt. I have a magnetic straight pen holder, and I dropped them on the floor, but I just swept the whole floor with my magnet and it picked them all up. It's really strong, which I'm glad about. And I also said some not so nice words because I was pretty mad that I dropped it. It happens, right? All right, let's go ahead and glue our hearts down, and we're going to put some glue on the bunny tails. And I should show you this as well with that stamp set because it is so, so cute. Okay. You can use, this is the backside image we used. You can use this solid one or the open one, but these are all like more the front sides of the bunnies, and you can add faces if you want. But for the back side, if you don't want to do, like I'm going to do pom-poms today, there are an contrast or another stamp where you can stamp a contrasting bunny tail, which I think is a great little detail. Or you can add, you know, a bunny tail to these as well if you wanted to make it a backside of a bunny. And then I finally got my new tip for my embellishment wand. I don't know if anyone was here for another video, but my dog accidentally, I dropped it on the floor. I didn't know I dropped it on the floor. He took off with it and chewed this off and ruined it, but luckily didn't eat it. Oh, Linda, that's a good idea too. So I have these teeny tiny little pom-poms. We're just gonna do that. I generally put something heavy on top, but I think they'll be okay since we're gonna go ahead and add sentiments. And here we go. This is the Waffle Flower Foam Adhesive Strips. They come in sheets and they are so fun. The Cheery Crafter says, what a cute stamp set. It really is. It was so popular that Simon Says Stamp brought it back just as a stamp die combo. I think not individual stamps and dies this year. And I am so glad they did because it really is fun. We're just going to center up our greetings like that. Let's go ahead and grab a little thin piece for the rest of it. It does look like a Simon Says Stamp paw. I totally agree, Mary. I hadn't even thought of that. I love that you guys are talking about crawling around on the floor looking for lost things. If anyone remembers, that's how I hurt my knee. I dropped things underneath my table and I had to crawl down and get it, and I somehow hurt my knee. I don't even know. It's not even a good story, as my son tells me. My oldest son. I agree, it's not. I told him it's just because I'm getting old. Apparently. I love you guys talking about getting off the floor. Oh my gosh. Same. Yes, it is from an Etsy shop. I can't think of the name. I will link it when we're done here though. And she's got all kinds of little magnets and stuff. It's not the only one that she has, or the only color. So I'm going to put that on my card base, and then I did finish, I think it helps the hearts stand out a little bit. We're going to put some crystal lacquer, or the crystal lacquer is Hero Arts, but you could also use glossy accents. Just like that. Or the Nuvo Crystal Drops product. And you got cute little bunny Easter cards. I think I'm going to put these in my neighbor girls' Easter baskets with their stuff. Twiddler's Nook. Thank you, Christine. I knew someone in here would have it. I appreciate that. I knew it was something with a T. Twiddler's Nook for the paw magnet. And it really is handy to like when you're working, so you're not worried about, like I did, thinking you lost a little heart die. Flowers. Oh, I hadn't seen the skulls. I've seen the flowers. All right, let me flip my camera around. Tracy, you've torn both your ACLs and you don't crawl around anymore, and that's why you have the magnetic wand. That I'm going to get one. I love that. Yes, Twiddler's Nook. Thank you, Christine, for mentioning that. For everyone who wants to know, I will find the link, but it is Twiddler's Nook. Christine has it in the chat. Is it over that way? It's always opposite of what I think it is. But check that out, and if you want to get one, because they are super cute and so handy, and like, I mean, you can see they're, oh, whoops, not if I'm not on the right camera. They are really great. So I love it. I use it all the time. Okay, does anyone have any questions for me? Helena says if she drops something on the floor, she has to be quick, otherwise her dog chews it. That's what happened to my embellishment wand. I didn't even see it. I just it rolled off the desk and I didn't notice, and he thought, oh, Mom gave me a new toy. Let's see. Thank you, Cindy. Oh, absolutely, Joyce and Christ. I would appreciate that. Thank you. Okay, I will definitely check the chat here. Thank you, Tracy, for putting the link to Amazon. I'm going to buy one. That sounds like an amazing thing. My daughter's boyfriend was like, do you have one of those like grabbers? Excuse me. He was talking about like if you drop something else, obviously not a magnet, so that I could just reach and pick it up. And I'm like, you know, I think we used to, but I can't find it. He was like, I think you need to get one of those. I think he's right. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, Laura, let's see. She's asking about the magnetic wands. Tracy says she put it in the chat, so might scroll back up and check. She put a link to it. So, because I'm definitely going to go click on it here in a minute and buy one. I think that's it. If I have missed any questions, please drop them right here and I will try to answer them before we sign off for today. We made it in an hour. I cannot even believe it. I did not think we'd get done that fast. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I am planning on being live next Friday morning. That's kind of before I have any church stuff or whatever going on. So I think we'll go ahead and go live. I haven't exactly decided. I meant to do a poll for this week and I didn't. So I'm putting the poll up later today for next week. To kind of let you guys vote for what you'd like to see in next week's live. And then the week after, there will be a new Simon Says Stamp release earlier in that week. And we are going to be doing some fun stuff from that. There's some amazing tools in that release that I think you guys are going to love. So we're going to do kind of half talking about my favorite products from the release, and then we'll do a project. So definitely stay tuned, check my community, because I am putting that poll up here in just a little bit when I sign off. And we will vote for what we're going to do next week, and I'll get it prepped. I hope you guys have had a good time today. Thank you for crafting and chatting. Replay crew, we love you, and we will see you guys next week. Bye. The supplies used in today's video are listed and linked below the video here on YouTube. Here is another project that you might be interested in. Please remember to like and subscribe and hit that notification bell to never miss a new live video. Thank you so much for joining me today, and we'll catch you next time.